I'd like to talk about the context in which the data and digital technologies work in Kenya was scaled up and the reasons why our team decided to focus on the use of data and digital technologies to transform the agriculture sector in Kenya. So there were three main reasons. First was we had a very large portfolio of $450 million of investments that covered the entire country, which meant that we were working with 1 million farmers who are organized into farmer groups and federated into farmer producer organizations, 500 of them. So we had this large network of farmers, but the constraint was last mile service delivery. So we were very keen to look at potential solutions which will help farmers access extension, credit, inputs, and market linkages. On the supply side, as part of our project portfolio, we were investing on a big data platform. So we had the ingredients of really leveraging data and digital technology. So this was the first reason, our investments on the ground and our investment on a big data platform. The second big reason was the ownership and I would say the seriousness of the Ministry of Agriculture to use data and digital technologies. So they had released their 10-year kind of vision document called the Agriculture Sector Transformation and Growth Strategy. And in this document, they were very clear that the use of data and digital technologies will be a key enabler and a central pillar. So we had a client who really wanted to use data and digital technologies. And the third reason was the excellent existing ecosystem of data and digital technologies, especially from a private sector point of view, that existed in Kenya. So the bank had done a mapping of disruptive agriculture technologies in Africa, and 30% of these disruptive agriculture technologies were from Kenya. And there was a lot of vibrancy. Kenya had done a lot of work on digital financial services. So here was a private sector and a digital ecosystem, but that was really primed. Work with the private sector, was very keen to work with the private sector. So to summarize, we had three main reasons. One was a very strong portfolio, which meant that we had an engagement with 1 million farmers and 500 producer organizations, the only constraint being last mile service delivery. We had a client who was very keen and who wanted to really use data and digital technologies. And we had a digital ecosystem that was very, very supportive and positive in Kenya.
Hello everyone. Let me pick from where Vinay has left and talk about what it is we have done over the last 2 to 3 years in the area of agriculture digitization in Kenya. From our discussions and consultations with the client, the government of Kenya, represented by the Ministry of Agriculture, it was clear that initiatives were needed at both the national or policy level, as well as at the devolved subnational level of the counties or at the farmer level. And this involved basically connecting our investments at the national level on big data and policy reforms to our investments at the county level, which are aimed at building agriculture productivity and improved market linkages. Let me start with the farmer level investments at the counties. These have revolved basically around three areas. The first one is we have mobilized slightly over 1.1 million smallholder farmers and organized this into 50,000 common interest groups of 15 to 25 farmers who are federated into slightly over 500 farmer producer organizations across 19 value chains in the 45 rural counties in Kenya. The second thing we have done at the counties is we have gone ahead and registered all the 1.1 million farmers and their farmer institutions. This is the CIGs and the farmer producer organizations, and put this information into a digital database. At the farmer level, the farms are geotagged. We know where they are, and we have basic information on the farmer and their farming enterprises, including what they are producing, their farm sizes, and in the case of livestock enterprises, the number of animals and a number of birds, if it is chicken for that matter. At the CIG or FPO level, we also have their information digitized, including membership, services they are offering, the volumes of produce they are handling, and other aspects of those farmer producer organizations. Then the third thing we have done at the county level is we have built a cascading agriculture extension ecosystem able to reach every farmer. And this comprises of currently 10,000 resource farmers or lead farmers as the last mile extension touch points. Basically, the idea here is to have at least one lead farmer for every CIG. The lead farmers are then supported by a network of community-based agripreneurs equipped with digital extension tools. These are then supported by public extension staff of the Ministry of Agriculture, complemented by specialized private sector service providers, all of whom are being trained. At the national level, 4 key areas are worth mentioning. The first one is we have harnessed the body of knowledge available at the National Agriculture Research System and synthesized this into ready-to-use climate-smart technologies, innovations, and management practices. Here, through support to the Kenya Agriculture and Livestock Research Organization, 650 climate-smart teams have been identified and validated as suitable for adoption by farmers across the 19 value chains. These have been then digitized and are available online and can be accessed by the extension ecosystem at the county level. This is the extension staff of the ministry, the private sector service providers, the agripreneurs, and the lead farmers, all who are able to provide this again to the 1.1 million farmers. The second thing we've done at the national level is investments on the big data platform, which provides integrated agro-weather and market information services, building on investments which have been made around 3 areas. One is the Kenya Agriculture Observatory, which provides agro-weather advisory services. Then the second one is the Kenya Agriculture Market Information System, which collects market information from all key markets in the country and synthesizes this information into market advisories, which can be availed to farmers at the grassroots. The third area on the big data platform is the registry of the 1.1 million farmers hosted at Calro under the big data platform. Then the third area of investment at the national level has been support to transformation of the government input subsidy program into an e-voucher system. Through technical assistance, the bank has supported establishment of a digital platform capable of delivering the e-subsidies. And this has basically involved digital registration of farmers targeted under the e-voucher system, registration of the last mile input suppliers, the agrovets, and integrated in the settlement or payments system. So in short, the 2 things we did first were to support the government to digitize at the national and at the county level to ensure that investments at national level are connected and accessible at the farmer level. Basically, getting our investments at the national level to speak to the investments at the farmer or the county level. So the first 2 is really digitized concurrently at the farmer level or at the county level, and at the same time digitize the investments at the national level. Then the third thing we did was to help the ministry ensuring that the connections are done. This is in terms of and only the process of building partnerships between the private sector innovators in provision of digital solutions to the farmers and leveraging on the public investments made in farmer mobilization, in structuring the cascading extension system and the big data platform. Our technical support enables innovators to provide productivity enhancement activities, including the delivery of community-based extension services and promotion of modern technologies, value chain initiatives in crop and livestock clusters, and strong marketing support using digital platforms. Overall, the aspiration or the goal is to ensure that all the 1.1 million farmers are receiving last mile services delivery in terms of extension and financial services, inputs delivery and market linkages through partnerships established with agri-tech innovators participating in the digital 1 million farmer platform. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Beryl Agengo. I will talk about the Innovation Challenge and our progress on the 1 Million Farmers platform. As a background, in 2019, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and support from the Korean Trust Fund, the bank team held a knowledge and challenge conference that identified 14 agri-tech startups who would pilot and work with pre-selected counties. The objective of the conference was to identify a set of startups that would partner with the national and the county government, leverage the analog investments being made by KCSAP and NARIGP, and scale up the access to digital agricultural technologies for the farmers. The conference led to the launch of the 1 Million Farmers platform, a digital platform created to build Kenya's disruptive agriculture technologies ecosystem. The winners were grouped into 4 major categories, that is productivity, financial services, market linkages, and data analytics. The objective of the challenge was to identify a specific group of local innovators who would scale up the innovations and partner with the counties to offer bundled services for the smallholder farmer. It was envisaged that the bank would work with award winners to support the development and expansion of their products and services. The bank would offer the award winners direct grants to enable them reach 1 million farmers, support linkages with the awardees, scale partners to help them bundle, enhance their products and services, expand outreach and financial viability, but also link relevant initiatives with the World Bank portfolio. The selection process included an ecosystems players workshop, online applications, screening, bootcamps, and the challenge winners were then announced. Post the challenge, we facilitated several workshops between the 14 innovators and the pilot counties so that the farmers could access these services. Despite COVID, we have now reached nearly 200,000 farmers who have been mobilized on the digital platform, and the objective was to reach 1 million farmers in the next 3 years. The number of startups has also grown from 14 to 24, where the partnerships have been rolled out, and also in the counties we've increased from 16 to 26, and this is due to the client-side demand. What private sector leverages did we include? Private sector partnerships have been included, and this includes institutions such as Rabobank, Microsoft, Agra, Grey Labs, and Masico, who have worked directly with the cohort to offer both financial and technical support. What did we do that is different? The projects have been restructured to include additional support for digital solutions at the national level, to include the cost for digitization of farmers and agricultural transformation office, technical assistance for e-voucher, as well as the food balance sheet. At the county level, budgets were adjusted for mobilization, training, and equipment purchase to incentivize the agricultural startups.